Hello, my name's Leanne Courtney. I'm an Australian face paint artist, and I have a brush range and a face paint range that's sold all over the world. And a few people have asked me how to do some easy Christmas designs with a palette that I designed called the Festive Palette. Now this is only seasonal palette, so it comes out once a year and closer towards Christmas, and you can use it for any other time, but I just figure from about Halloween on you can use these, like all of these really beautiful strong colors at Halloween, or I really love using them for all of my December jobs. So we'll be using this palette today, and I'll probably go through and do quite a few designs today. It's going to be a longer video, but please feel free to stop it, pause, practice, and then come back and watch the rest of it. I'll also be using Fusion Pro Paraffin White, a Fusion Strong Black. There is a little bit of black in the palette that I could use if you don't have the Fusion Strong Black. These are my Leanne's Rainbow face paint brushes. These are the only brushes I use, except for this brush, which is the Bolt Firm 1-inch flat, and I use that for mainly just my rainbows. But all of my other designs, I use either the 3/4 angle brush, the 5/8 angle brush, or the 1/4 angle brush. I've got a beautiful flower brush there, and a number 4 round, that's perfect for dots and bigger teardrops. Number 3 is what I do my normal line work with, and number 2 is the brush that I finish everything up with. So I'm just going to pop that to the side, and I'm also going to be using these are Webby Fun boards. They're available at face paint shops, and I quite like them. They're a little bit more realistic. Look, I do think you do have to practice on your arm as well, and I tend to do a lot of designs on my arm just to understand how the paint drags on your skin. But it's a really good idea to have these boards because you can take pictures of them and use them as your design boards for face painting, or you can just work out placement of designs as well. So let's get cracking with the first design. Now I want to keep these pretty simple. I want it to be able to have, for most people to be able to do them. So the first one I'm going to do on this little man is I'm going to do a Santa hat, and I've got something called a finger dauber. You could paint in some clouds, not clouds, I'm so sorry. You can paint in the white around Santa's hat with a finger dauber, or just a little, this is a Fusion petal sponge, or this, or you can just paint it in with a paintbrush, but I think it's pretty easy to use one of these daubers. Now just to paint the Santa hat in, I like to use this nice dark one. It's got some great grades in there, and you can use this if you're going to do a big Santa hat that goes all the way around, then use the bigger brush, the 3/4 angle brush, because that's going to really easily get that design over here. But I find honestly that a lot of people just like I do it just because it's faster as well, is just do that little Santa hat just over the eye. So I'm going to wet my brush, but I only want to wet it a little bit, and I'm just going to give all of these cakes a quick spritz. Now this is water, and it's water activated paint. So this is Fusion Leanne's Collection Festive Palette, and I've wet my brush, and then I just dab it off on a little bit of a towel so there's not too much water on there, and then I'm going to put that pointy end into the darkest red here, And I'm just going to pick up those three colors on the end. So you've got a red, you basically got, yeah, like using a one, so this is a one stroke, using a brush can activate this paint beautifully. You just go up and down in the same row, up and down until you get the paint sort of activated enough. And even though there's paint on there, I want it to be able to do the whole design. So I'm going to just activate it like this. And so now I'm going to come out. Now I need to leave a little bit of white space there for the white door bar. So I'm going to come out and just bring that edge of my brush up like this. I can always adjust it and then just bring it straight down like that. So this is flat, coming up to the point, come round the point, and it's flat, but then you're sort of dragging it on itself towards the end. Now I'm going to put that sharp edge to the bottom of the eyebrow and pull that up. So I probably could have done that first, but it doesn't really matter how you do it. So, and then just fill that in with the heel of the brush there. So the face boards don't absorb water, obviously, so it would be a lot easier on skin, but at least you get the idea there. And then down here. Okay, so that's basically the start of the design. And then I'm going to get my door bar and I'm going to wet my Fusion Pro Paraffin White. I love the Pro Paraffin White because it doesn't sink into the skin. It stays white. It goes on vibrant over lots of different, over all the bright colors. It can cover them. So on skin, this would nearly be dried already. Now on the boards, it doesn't dry as fast. So I'm just getting not too wet with these. So just keep working it in until it's fairly dry, because you don't want big wet splodges. And so I'm just gonna, and sometimes I just go in and add like a tiny little bit of blue just on that edge there, and then I can from the end here just start pressing my Santa hat in here, and then you just add a little ball down there. Now that's a really basic fast one. You don't need to do outlining on this. It's going to look, I guess, more professional if you do a little bit of outlining, but it's not needed. That's enough to get you through a fast gig. And I might put a little bit of glitter just on those, just on the white there. I just would make that, you can't really see it on the video, but just pop it on with your finger, and make sure they've got their eyes closed. You don't want to pop glitter in their eyes, it's uncomfortable. All right, so I'm just going to get a little bit of black paint, and I'm just going to outline this lightly, and I'll do a couple of little creases up here. There you go, just to make that a little bit more realistic. Now the light is shining on that, so it makes it a little bit shinier, so it's drying with a shine on it, so you can't really see the color properly. But then just add a few little white highlights, and maybe that there, and that's your cute little Santa hat with these beautiful red colors. But like I said, you don't really need to outline that. I'm just going to move that board to the side, and I'm going to go to my next design. Now the boards have a little bit of a bigger forehead, I guess, which is I mean, I think that you can do a Christmas tree on their forehead, but I do find it fits better on their cheek. Most children's foreheads are probably about here, realistically, so you've got this little bit here. So I mean, this is a great forehead, you can go all the way around, but yeah, just either I'm going to paint the Christmas tree on this forehead, but just know that you can pop it on an arm or or on the cheek as well. So now I'm going to go in and just grab my 5/8 angle brush, and I have to work out, do I want the darker color on the edge there, or do I want the light gold? So it's sort of hard to tell because the shadow would be at the bottom of the tree, I guess. So just let me think how I want to do this. Anyway, look, let's just give it a go. We'll do it this way. And if it doesn't look great, you can, maybe I'll do it the other way down here, and that'll give you an idea. I just like to experiment with my colors. So nothing is, it's face paint. We want to have some fun with what we do. So I'm just picking up not too much the black over there, but just a little bit. It's going up and back. All right, so we'll start. Let's see. If we start there, then we come round down. All right, so we're going to start in the center, and I'm just going to wiggle that brush, but I'm pivoting as well. So it's pivoting. Watch my bottom. My top is staying straight, and my bottom is moving. So I'm moving that in between my fingers nearly. So up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And that's your first little tier of your tree. God love me, I didn't even get that in the center. It doesn't matter. Let's just come out from an angle. So look at the angle, coming on that angle and that angle. I've gone a little bit high because I don't really have enough room to put a star in there, but it doesn't matter. You get the general idea. So I'm just going to do another little wiggle here. There. That's your second tier. Maybe I can come out a little bit further there, match the sides. And then the third one, just going to come through here and just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, so that's your little Christmas tree. It's super cute. I really like it. I do so many of these. Let's try it because I don't know what it's going to look like if it's facing up the other way. And we'll wait for that to dry because we'll put some little Christmas balls on there and things. So now I had what did I have before? I had the light on there, so I'm going to put the dark on that edge now. Let's see what happens when we do it that way. So I'm just loading that paint. Look how straight I'm loading it. Nice straight lines. Okay, let's try here. And so that's with the dark on the top as opposed to the gold. Honestly, I don't think it's going to matter that much. I quite like that design up there though. I think I like that more than the gold at the bottom. But if you've done it the wrong way, it doesn't really matter, because so I just want to add a little bit of I'm just getting my number 4 brush. So if I ever want to do thick, like sort of thick line work or anything, I use my number 4 brush. So I'll use this for the dots for the balls, but I might just add a little bit of snow onto that Christmas tree because that'll make it fun. And so I can just add like just a little bit of snow down there on one side, and then maybe on this one I might add a fair bit of snow. And I'm just putting that down and wiggling it. So that's just a little bit of snow. Now you could use a star stencil, or you could use a little number 2, but I think I'm just going to add, you can add it from here if you like. You can add a gold star if you use this color here. Just go into here. Or I could use yellow. So just depending on what you want to do, you can use yellow, gold. I'd use the yellow from in there, or just flick this up. If you can see that, I'm just flicking out some little lines. You just want to make these as quick as possible because the Christmas events tend to be lots of kids and long lines. Maybe we could just add a little bit of gold. Since we've got that gold on there anyway, why don't we just add that down there for the bottom of the tree. And now I'm just going to go in, I've got my number 4 and I'm going to go in between these two. So I'm not picking up, I'm picking up half red and half berry. And you could put, I don't know, you could put little yellow balls on this, or I just quite like the red balls. So I'm just going in here. Now it's a little bit harder on the boards because they don't absorb water. So I just go through and add these cute little, look, I'm adding them too evenly, but that's all right. Bigger dots down the bottom, so press a little bit harder. There you go, and just a couple of, just tap lightly on the top. So now we've got some cute little Christmas balls there, and I think that's probably, I might just add on the bottom one there, just so it's not red, but normally I would just use red and green. I could actually, why don't I add some of the, there you go, I'll add this color here just to give it a little bit of a different look. So you see I'm just running my number 4 into that color, and I can add some little, might even go darker. So if you want to go darker, you can just go down into the next color there, so it's all a little bit mixed. And I'm just adding a few dots there. Now if you want to get fancy, then you can do a little bit of line work with that, or I can add a snowflake stencil as well. So it's like, honestly, this is your bread and somebody didn't know the expression bread and butter. Bread and butter means it's you know, what you're going to make your money off, and what's easy for you. So I'm just going to add some little teardrops over here, and some over here. I just like to add a few little added extras there. Now I used that dauber before, so I've got a stencil that has a little snowflake. I think it's a really good idea to invest in snowflake stencils, because this is particularly a Christmas one. It's got a little reindeer on it, but I mean, this is a cute idea. Just, it doesn't take that much extra time. Take that dauber and and while that's down, I just add a little bit of glitter to my snowflake, and there you go. You can add a couple of those, but I won't take up your time with that. So there's a cute little Christmas tree. I think the winner was definitely Dark Side Down, with a 5/8 brush, number round brush for that, and just a stencil there. And I hope that you like that. I'll just leave that one as part 1, and then for the Christmas designs, and then I'll go in and do part 2. So because this is taking a little bit longer, but I wanted to do it in real time so that I can show you properly what it looks like, and so maybe you can paint along with me as well. But I'll finish this video up now and start the next 2 designs. Hope you enjoyed those. Bye for now.